Hi everybody, it's Village Trustee Chad Woodworth. I'm sorry I'm a day or two late with my update from our last village board meeting, but I wanted to let you know what we did. So we had a public hearing on 353 Fairport Road. This is where Robert's Kitchens and Bath is putting in a nice new showroom. They're working with the ZBA, the Zoning Board of Appeals, and the Village Board at the same time on this process. And that's because the development is in what's called a PDD, a Planned Development District. It has to get approved by both bodies. The project, the store, looks really good, and I think it's going to be a net benefit to us. We also appointed several members to several community boards. These are people recommended by Mayor Alfieri and then voted on and confirmed by the village trustees. And so we have 2 new members of our housing authority. These people, this board approves new affordable housing in East Rochester. Sometimes they buy and renovate houses, and they do a lot to keep our village more affordable. So we have 2 new members on that. We have 1 new member on the Zoning Board of Appeals, like I mentioned before about that Robert's Kitchens and Bath projects. And so they do a lot for us to make sure that development in East Rochester meets our code and is what we all want. We appointed another member to our tree committee board, and then we appointed a person as an alternate to a board of assessment review. This is for all of our taxes, so if anybody came in and challenged their tax assessment, it would go through this board, and we needed an alternate. We're continuing to move forward with the acquisition of the junkyard on Linden from Pittsford. In order to do that, we have to do some legal work, and we're continuing to move through that. We declared a few items as surplus so that the town village can sell them. That's like a range, an oven from another one of our kitchens, a refrigerator, some other things like a brush chipper. So we'll be able to sell those, bring a little bit of money in, and then just get rid of unneeded items. We also authorized Village Administrator Marty D'Ambrose to seek a Transportation Alternatives Program, a TAP, T-A-P grant, not to exceed $4.75 million. This is the money that we use to upgrade our sidewalks around town, and this would be probably in like 27, 28, but we start the process now, and that money, if we were to get any amount of it, we would have to match 20% of it. We're not spending this money right now. It's just a grant that we're seeking to help upgrade our sidewalks. We also did have a budget meeting. This was our 3rd of 3 scheduled budget meetings. I want to do a separate video about that. We're moving through the process. My last update video that I had, I want to make some updates to that. And the budget is just difficult. It's hard to find money and hard to find things to cut. And I have some concerns, but all the board members, our village administrator, who's also our budget officer, helping move through it. And this is long-term about how we run our village. I'll give you guys some more updates on that. I want to be totally transparent with you. If you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to me. I'd love to field your questions and just let you know what's going on around town. I want to offer heartfelt condolences to former village board member, Deputy Mayor Ted Connors. His father